This is to certify that movie
Twats.
has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another week on Movie Chat. Now, as you can see at this moment in time, I am by myself. Little Steve is running a little bit late as normal, so he'll be with us as soon as he can. So, thank you, like I say, thank you for joining us. I hope you've had a great week. This week seems to have flown by. From last week's show. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments there. Yes, you are right, Chris. It is typical that little Steve is left me in the lurch again just before the show starts. I hope Chris and Belle are having a good time in the spa. It looks all nice and cozy where you guys are. So yeah, enjoy yourselves. It's been well and truly, and especially Belle for putting up with Chris for so long. Let's just have a look. Who have we got in right? So we've got Luke in. Good evening, Luke. We've got Kevin in. Good evening, Kevin, all the way across the pond. Thanks for joining us. We've got Chris and Bell. Little Steve can be bothered to join us in the chat, but just not on camera. So there we go. There we go. We're laying in bed in our shed. Now enjoy yourselves, guys. You know it's nice to relax. Evening, Anthony. We missed you at Runcorn. You know, we were there with Chris. It was quite big. It was 5-6 floors. So if it's like that every week now, or every month, sorry, it'll be worth going. There we go. And evening, Baz. Thank you for joining us, mate. Thanks for joining us. Now, ladies and gents, I've been watching quite a lot of streaming stuff at the moment. I'm all up to date with Ahsoka and stuff like that. So leave a comment in the chat for me. Let me know what you've been watching and what you think the general tone of all these series have been. For me, there's no sort of like substance in any of these series. They always seem to be building up to the next series, and you never really get like an end of that series, or any like sort of enjoyment out of watching them. Couldn't believe the queues. Yeah, you're right. When Chris comes to pick us up, we were parked up past the Lidl and the Burger King, and I said to him, go down and park in Trident, and we walked through the shopping city, and we got in quite quick doing that way, so you missed all the queues. Then it turns out they were diverting people into Trident anyway, but you were still in that same queue between buyers and sellers. So yeah, we saved a bit of time doing that. Evening, Peter. Thank you for joining us, sir. We do need to set up an Xbox evening at some point and find out what each other are playing. I haven't put Destiny on since we left months and months ago. Yeah. So let me know what you've been watching. Let me know if you've watched any films recently or anything like that. And we can have a chat about it while we're waiting for little Steve to turn up. I did get a parcel from Carboot Chris and his whatnot today. That video went live about an hour ago, so go and check that out. On that video, I do show him off. I do love this figure. How cool is he? You know, I think he's going to make a great addition to the Marvel shelf down there. And I also shown you the Rambo that I've picked up. It's a 1985 Rambo figure. Now I got him for £4 from Starbase 55. What a cool figure that is! You know, he's missing his gun and he's missing a knife, but I'm sure I can find a gun and a knife somewhere on eBay or something like that and complete him. But he's a great figure. Let's have a catch up. Are you going to get the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? I'll probably get it on a Blu-ray. Unfortunately for me, 3 is probably the weaker one out of the 3 films. And I don't have many of the other Marvel things. So I haven't got like a complete like Marvel Blu-ray set. Did I enjoy Guardians 3? I did, but like I said, I just found it quite disjointed. Have I put little Steve in timeout, Neil? No, I haven't. He just can't be asked turning up on time. You know? Mandalorian, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed. Sorry, Mando. You didn't enjoy your Mando, but you enjoyed Endor. Now, I'm the other way. I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and I could live without Endor. I just found that series really, really boring, and I think it's because I know that he dies because because he gets killed in Rogue One, doesn't he? So you know where he's building up to, and there's parts of that series where I was just like, just hurry up and kill him. You know, we had 4 episodes of him building TIE Interceptor wings, and he doesn't know what they are at that particular point. I haven't watched Blue Beetle yet. I haven't watched it. I had such high hopes for it, but then I've watched everybody else's reviews and read all the comments about it, and yeah, not for me. I don't think, which is a shame because I like the character. I like Blue Beetle. Hashtag not my Steve. Yeah, cheers. Are we gonna get that trending? There we go. Yeah. So the Ahsoka has been a bit of a letdown for me as well. If we were talking Star Wars series, I'm not going to ruin it for people that haven't seen it, but it's just not as Gareth said there. Not my Steve. It's not my Ahsoka. I don't think they've done a good job of bringing Ahsoka live as a character. You know, it's she's a bit wooden, and all these new powers that she's supposed to have got. You know, and stuff like that. And they're taking it from like the computer games and stuff. And I know they've got to move the Star Wars franchise on, but at particular points, I'm like, have we got too much Star Wars content now? You know, have we got too much Marvel content? Have we got, you know, are we running out of these ways of moving the franchises on? You know. He's joined in the background, but I'm not going to add him in the stream. He can stay there. No, you can stay there. You can be a naughty boy, and you're staying in timeout.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for bothering to join us.
I've had a busy day.
Busy day, my backside.
You know, I'm literally how busy I've been.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. This was a good idea at the time.
Peter says he's watched Wandering Earth. Now, the first time that came out on Netflix, Peter, I recommended that. That was Wandering Earth. It's it's brilliant. I really did love the concept of it, and I love the Earth engines and stuff like that. And I think they've done a second one, haven't they? Wandering Earth 2, or they're doing a Wandering Earth 2. But if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. I really did enjoy it. Derek says he's give up on Star Wars after Mando season 3. Can you stop drilling?
I'll mute it when I do it. I'm not drilling. I'm screwing.
Christ.
It's I'm not up to that yet. That's why I've watched Boba Fett this week, as I said to you. I'm not sure what to make of it, to be honest with you. There's a lot more Mando than I expected.
Can you see what I mean when I say it was Mando season 2.5?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's just bizarre. I just find it like it is literally somebody else's bloody program.
Yeah. It starts off quite promising, but the whole Boba Fett, yeah, that's it, Gareth. The whole 2 episodes or 3 episodes where he's with the Sand People doesn't make sense to me. Then he gets his armor. Then you've got the emo kids who ride around on space scooters.
Yeah. There was the things on the internet saying they look like Power Rangers.
Little Steve, would you like to just turn your camera around a little bit so Neil can have a look at Blockbusters?
No, not yet. I've not finished yet. I'm trying to reorganize.
Ladies and gents, you might actually get a video out of Little Steve this week by the looks of it.
No, I've got 2 lined up, ready to go, and then I've got this one that I'm trying to work on today. So there's going to be a couple, hopefully.
Chris is asking how long does it take. Chris is asking how long does it take to fill up a couple of shelves.
I'll tell you what, mate, you come and bloody do it then, you lazy sod. I tell you, it's been a right arse. It's all right when you've got an empty room. I don't have an empty room, remember? My own fault for collecting stuff. But never mind. So yeah, so going back to the original thing, I wasn't sure what to make of it. If I'm honest with you, it was a bit of a strange program. Yeah, there was no need for them blooming Power Ranger kids. Honestly, it was an absolute waste. They looked out of place. They looked like they didn't.
Have you finished the series yet?
Yeah, I did. I finished it last night. Yeah.
All right. So it makes more sense that the cannon fodder, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like I say, the thing is that them bikes that they're on, they're so bloody colourful. They're basically Vespers, aren't they?
Yeah. But then you've got the Wookiee. I can't remember his name.
Oh, I quite liked him in the end.
Is it Curzon or Carazon or something like that?
Quite good in the end, wasn't he?
Yeah. So they're setting him up for Boba Fett season 2, aren't they? And then and I think they've missed the point with Ming May's character. Do you know the female bounty hunter that he's with? I can't remember the names of them now. It's been that long ago since I've watched Boba Fett. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, going back to what we were saying last week, that Luke is the best deepfake I've ever seen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for that episode where they go back and get Grogu.
Yeah, by far the best deepfake I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. It just goes back to what we were saying last week.
Yeah. I don't know, Steve. Well, when you're talking to me, you look like you're doing the whole Chinese movie. Have you got your earpods in? Have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. That'll be why then.
My brand new fancy mic is on the side here gathering dust, which is not ideal. But yeah. Never mind.
So, how many Blu-rays have you got on that one wall now?
I haven't counted yet, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So on those two there, I've got 22 rows of 41.
That's not bad going at all, is it?
No, but then obviously I'm going to get another one now. So that'll be another 22 rows. And then I'm going to, I've got a little area to put the pops in as well.
Well, it's not
But
another
same-
22. It's not another 22 rows, is it? It's another.
No. Sorry,
It's another
11, innit?
7 rows.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
11 rows of 41.
Well, there you go then. And is that going to be all your Blu-rays up there then?
I don't know yet, because the two rows that I've got have put the basically the 3 shelves that we had across that wall.
Gareth's a cheeky bastard.
What?
Are they teaching Scallies to count now?
It's worth a shot, innit?
Yeah, Rob from Bounty Geo, evening, Rob. Thank you for joining us, mate. Is there any good films there? Knowing little Steve, it's 900 copies of Dirty Dancing.
No, not at all. In fact, I've took my other ones off to put them away because they're not worth anything to sell. So the special editions are put away because obviously I've got the other one now, the 4K one.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I literally just underestimated how many of these little bars things I needed. So I had to go and get 2 more.
See, you always get the amount that you need plus 4 more.
Yeah, no, but
And then
the
you
thing is that the price of wood nowadays, mate, it's ridiculous. I watched a video. I watched a video of one of the collectors online, and he was going on about. He did a couple of shelvings. He's like, "Oh, this has cost me all about 40 quid." I was like, "Oh, that's not too bad." Anyway, I'm up to about 120, I think now. So, yeah.
I've got to take the bar apart and reshape the bar and stuff like that. You know, give us a bit more space in the living room. But then when we get the conservatory built, the bar's going to go into the conservatory anyway. So it was like, do I wait until we move it into the conservatory so I can reshape it to the way that I want it, so it can go around the pool table, etc., or do I reshape it now and then redo it again when we're in the conservatory? I don't know. I don't know what the view is, what to do.
Do what you want, mate. At the end of the day, whatever you think is best, really.
I know, but why do it twice when I can just do it the once?
Yeah, I know.
You know, save a bit of time. So apart from Boba Fett, what else have you been watching?
I watched that Jill Dando thing
On Netflix.
Yeah, I watched that. That was a bit. What else did I watch? What did I binge watch? I was on BBC. What was on BBC? It was what?
Gareth, isn't Scouse DIY driving a Land Rover through Thunders? I'm not Scouse for a start.
Oh, there's so much dust in here today now. What was it? One sec. What was it I watched? Something. That was it. You're not gonna like it, to be honest. But they've done a TV series of Boiling Point.
Oh, do you mean they split the film into 3 episodes?
No. They did in fact, there's also a like a Cannes Festival sort of style version of the movie, which is about a short film, which is about 20 minutes as well. But basically what's happened is that all the kitchen staff have gone off and opened up another, like the one that was like the assistant head chef. She's gone off and opened another restaurant with some posh knob that he knows something about business, and he's still got Stephen Graham in it, but he's a bit more of a bit part person in this one. But yeah, they've basically done a spin-off of the TV show.
No, sod that. I can't be bothered with that. I couldn't be bothered with Boiling Point.
Yeah, I know you couldn't, which I'm just telling you. I didn't
No.
even know this thing existed, and then I saw an advert for it. And I was like, right, that is what we're watching for the next 2 days.
I tell you what, we've watched. It took us a couple of days to watch it. The new season of Brassic.
I haven't watched the new season yet.
Have you not? It's actually quite good. So I won't spoil that for you. So you can watch that. And then we've been watching the new series of Married at First Sight UK. And I've been. What have I been watching? Oh, I've gone back through watching Enterprise again. Do you know, on Netflix? Just while he's tugging himself off in the corner, looking at his camera movement. What version of Rise of the Beasts am I going to be buying? I'm probably going to be buying the standard Blu-ray. I'm not going to go into the steel books or anything like that, Rob. I didn't really enjoy the film. The only reason why I'm going to buy it is because I've got the rest of them. Thank you. The only reason why I'll be buying it is because I've got the rest of them, and it'll just complete the set. What version are you guys getting? Because no doubt Lee's going to be getting the super duper steel book.
Yeah, Lee's probably got about 4 copies already on order. That is how we do it.
So is that you done now with all your shelves?
No, I've got just the Pops one to put up. I've made a space down the side for put some Pops on. But pretty much, I'm just going to get some of these up here now. I've been watching you. La, 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 la.
So are you going to go around the room and do the rest of it the same way?
It depends, because the thing is that I still want space for my collectibles, obviously.
Yeah.
And this is, I might do this bit here, just because this is quite a big unit. So if I can get that pushed back, either that, or because of that, I've now got a load of these free, because obviously I've took them off.
Yeah.
So I might run a few down there and have a bit of a lower unit. I just want to open the room up a little bit because there's a lot of wasted space. So yeah, but it's one of those things where you start it and then wish you hadn't.
Yeah. Because
But
if I was doing it, I would have started from the door and worked your way into the corner and then built a bit of a corner, an angle on the corner, so you've not wasted the corner.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's just I wanted to do it this way because this was the bit that was really bothering me. This long wall. What?
Somewhere in St. Helens, an expensive wardrobe's now missing 4 parts.
That one. Let's go with
Gareth's got an interview tonight, hasn't he? Starting at 9 o'clock. So once you're finished here, ladies and gentlemen, move over to Video Tasties and go and watch his interview.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure that was tonight.
Stewie. Well, let's put Stewie up there. I'm going to have to dust absolutely everywhere now.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal.
See, I need to start dusting mine as well now. You know, now that the sun's dying off now and it's going to be dark and everything else, I'll start dusting again. That's the problem when you've got black shelves. So once you've dusted once, give it half an hour and all the dust has come back again.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm obviously finding here.
Mm.
There's absolutely loads of dust absolutely everywhere. I've tried to shield things as best I can, but...
Mr. Hayden saying, have you not got your pops and protectors? He's got enough condoms on a steelbook.
No, the protectors on the steelbooks are dear enough as it is. I don't want to start buying protectors for pops unless it's a really. I had one on the Heisenberg one I had, but that was because it was worth a fortune. And the person I bought it off had put one on. But other than that, no, is the answer.
Oh, Gareth's got 2 interviews tonight by the looks of it. He's got one with the Never Hike Alone director at 9 o'clock, and then he's got Vernon Wells at 2 o'clock, at 10 o'clock.
Very nice.
He's a busy bunny, is our Gareth.
skinny
So
Joe.
when you finish here, ladies and gentlemen, please go over to Video Tasties, go and show him some love. He's got a great channel, although he never invites us on anymore.
No, that's it exactly.
That's it. You
Thingy
see.
now, aren't we?
Yeah. The pops look way better in protectors, and they're not that expensive when you're buying bulk.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, right. Okay. So I see the construction now. So I did ask you, are they just sitting on the battens, and they are, aren't they? They're just resting on them.
Yes. Yeah. I did it.
You've not actually built it into a shelf.
No. The because this is what was bugging me, because I'm not one for, like, when the video was like, oh, get 2x4s and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, that makes absolutely zero sense to me. I've got no idea what you're on about. So I had to do a bit of digging to try and figure out what the hell they were on about. But yeah, it just supports them on the wall, which is really cool. The only thing you can't do is do them too long, because they'll bowed. So that was one of the things I've had to sort of bear in mind when I was doing it.
Well, this is why I was asking you when you were showing us the construction. Are you not leaving spaces for figures? But now I understand why you can't, because you've not actually got a shelf, have you?
No.
Yeah.
But the thing is that what this has done is pushed it completely against the wall now. And I've probably saved about that much of it coming out, because before my desk would go to literally to the edge of that unit, and now I've got, let's see, sort of that amount of space away from it.
Yeah, like I say, I would have started from the door and built yourself into a corner like I did with this.
Yeah, and like I say, I'm not too fussed, to be honest with you. It's just tons better than it was, which is the main thing for me.
Yeah. Peter saying he's watched the Evil Dead Rise on Netflix. I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah,
I had to go back and watch the reboot of the Evil Dead though, because I forgot how that went. Because at the end of the film, it reverts back to the girl that's from the reboot. So it's like, right, okay, now the reboot makes a little bit more sense to me. Yeah. Chris has got a massive shipment of pop protectors, so head over to his eBay store.
Has he really?
Yeah, that's channel name. No, so yeah, I put the video out of me whatnot pickups this week. I did that this afternoon when I got them. So yeah, check that video out after we finished it. After we finished here, ladies and gents, that's now live. And I just put the link into the chat. So if you've got anyone coming, if you want to come on, please come on. On the topic of movie news,
Yes.
Did you spot that Amber Heard has been banned from attending any red carpet events for Aquaman 2?
No, I didn't know that.
She's not allowed to attend any red carpet events. Good evening, Gareth. Thank you for coming on, mate.
Well, thank you for mentioning me.
No, it's all right.
I can't help but appear then.
Well, you say his name 3 times, he appears.
I do.
That's it. It's like Candyman, isn't it?
Well, is it somewhere?
So, how's things with you, mate? How's it going?
Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, busy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very nice collection I can see there. And then you've got some toys as well there, Steve. So
I've got plenty of bloody toys. That's the problem. Are you talking about Steve there, though?
Well, both. Now, is that the Fast and Furious cars I see at the top of the boat?
Oh, yeah.
Let's put them on big screen so you can see them.
Yeah, that's what
Back to the Future and the Fast and Furious.
No, I've only got the. What's going on, Blair Witch? Oh, Folk Boy. Yeah, I've got the some of the old TV show ones.
It's the Jive Bunny hiding in the corner with those big googly eyes that scares the shit out of me.
Oh, Mr. Blobby as well.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it? Oh, but bloody hell. What a mess I got myself into today. Well, like I say, there's bits all over the house, Steve, so I can't leave that. I need to sort that out because otherwise he'll get older stuff. I don't want him to.
No, that's the problem, isn't it? And like I say, I was considering, or I am considering, changing my bookcases to glass, into glass cabinets. So if I can get them cheap enough, I'll do them one bookcase at a time. Because, like you say, the bookcases are great, but they're just big, bulky things, aren't they? So if you get glass cabinets, you can stack them in all different heights and stuff like that, can't you? And make a bit more display.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, this whenever I've had a look at online, you know, the few people that I've watched, they've done the same thing as this, and it just looks so much better. Plus, it is very uniform, so I can see a lot more of them as well. And
yeah, well, you had them all doubled. You had them all doubled up and everything, didn't you? So
yeah, which is why I needed the space because obviously I couldn't see half of them if I did that. So I do apologise, guys, tonight, but
no, it wasn't a Han Solo bear. It was a
what was that?
bear, isn't it?
What's that?
Have you got a Ray bear on your?
Yeah.
It's not Han Solo. It's Ray, isn't it?
Yeah, he's right. Build-A-Bear.
Where do you buy all this shit, Steve? Well, Chris, funny you mentioned that because it's a little app that we downloaded called Whatnot, and
that's very true.
There's some annoying person that seems to buy something for dead cheap and sell it for dead expensive on Whatnot.
That's a lie, isn't it? That's a pure lie, that Steve. How dare you? Blasphemy.
I don't know. However, we have got some really good stuff off Whatnot recently. Are you on Whatnot, Gareth?
Not yet. I did look at it the other day.
Did you? Did you use my affiliate link to get you free £10?
No, that's why I didn't investigate too further because I thought there'd be something like that. Where is it?
It's in the link of my latest video, mate. So if you go and click on that, you can download the app. You get £10, and then when you spend any of your £10, I get £10. Then, and that continues my plastic crap habit.
Yeah, plastic crap habit. That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, and the best thing about Whatnot is that if your first item's usually like £2.60 postage, but then the more you buy, the cheaper the postage gets throughout the day, and it communicates the postage together. So it works out in your favour.
Just like giving the first one for free and then charging for the one that brings you back more and more.
Yeah,
it's exactly that. Yeah,
yeah.
The Scouse economy.
That's the one. That's the one. Chris, this cheeky bastard. I'm losing money every week.
No, Leo, go out.
It looks
losing
like
money
you
my ass.
Yeah. Evening, movie mad. Thank you for joining us, sir. Yeah. Seeing a thing about
this is an online auction we're doing with little Steve stuff.
The Goonies. What's happening at the same day, month, year? Oh, is it? I don't know. I think people going back now from films that are 30, 40 years old and doing these Easter egg videos, they're sort of clutching at straws for content, aren't they now? You know.
Well, they're even doing it with Top Gun Maverick, saying that he's dead for the most of the film, and it's the afterlife or whatever he's imagining.
Yeah, he crashed in the test flight at the start. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
And that's how come it's Penny that's in the bar and not not Harry McGuinness and all that. Like, yeah, I've seen all of them. Buying all this plastic,
yeah, all those microparticles.
I don't know. Like I say, I got these alien figures the other day.
Yeah.
And they're cool. They still work, his arms and everything. They still go to grab you and stuff like that.
Did you have a look at that Spawn on Vinted?
I did, mate. Yes, I haven't bought it yet. There was another couple there that I was having a look at as well. Let's bring on another person with a plastic habit. Good evening, Bob. How are you, sir?
Talking about my plastic addict, I'll show. Where is my? Hold on a second.
We're holding on.
There we are.
This is my. A bit dark, isn't it? Let me turn some lights on.
Treat yourself to some electric.
I'm
Who
just,
is
I'm,
it?
just, I'm just pleased you're at home and not sat in your car.
Yeah, that's the bonus.
I was in traffic, obviously getting through Liverpool's an issue tonight. I live in Liverpool as well. This is a bag of Ninja Turtle accessories that I need to go through.
Bloody hell.
Oh, wow.
Bloody
Have
hell.
you just picked that up this evening, have you?
No, going through tubs of my old stuff. I'm trying to put them in years and link them to figures. Taking time,
Okay.
too much time, and creeping through woods.
Yes. I was going to mention that I did enjoy your recreation of the Evil Dead.
I won't even do. I told Lee I was going to do it. I wanted to do a steelbook because Lee got me them stills. I
Yeah.
was planning to do a steelbook release unboxing for a while. Didn't know what to do, and I thought I'm in the park. Let me people walking their dogs, and I'm bent over a tree.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, bloody hell, there's got to be somebody wandering around going, what the?
And to be honest, where I live, it's a well-known path for dogging.
Yeah. lying on the ground,
That's what
rubbing
happened.
sticks and leaves over yourself. What the fuck were you doing?
Well, I'm walking back to my
He
car
went
with a
back.
tripod with mud on my jeans on my knees. So I had to bend over, put the tripod in front of me, move back and forth. I had to go back about 3 times. The car park was empty.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did.
know.
He did keep going back, which was a bit strange. That's what I
I
thought.
know.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
With the windows
reshoot it.
open.
He must have liked that wood. The little Steve's got a couple of like original turtles and stuff like that I think is missing weapons and belts and stuff like
Oh,
that.
God, yeah.
If you've got any
Well,
spares,
I've got additional weapons for everything.
yeah.
Bloody hell,
So-
of course you have.
Have we got to the bottom yet of why your unboxing videos ended up at 30,000 views? what happened there?
But I
Well,
say
if you
it's
were.
like, I'm a member of a few big turtle groups, and the thing is, that actual figure has not been released anywhere. It's a Smiths exclusive in the UK.
Yeah.
So I did the video, and then it's just I've got 120 subs out of it, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, there you go.
Bloody hell.
So kind of people are sharing it around, and it's mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
A little bit of plastic.
It's like you say, you shared it because you were made up of when it hit 1,000 views, and then all of the next day it was like 15,000 views. It just
Then he
went
just started showing off, didn't he?
overnight,
I think it's on 33,000 now.
Yeah.
Let me get the figure in person.
Yeah, get the figure in question, shall we?
Oh. I'm in the front room at the moment. She's showing off all the baby stuff she's buying online.
No.
This dude, look at him.
You.
Yeah.
I think it's very reminiscent of the old. They've done a few. They were. It's called a Mega Mutant, but in the 80s they did 2 Mega Mutants, which was Killer Bee and Needle Nose, which I think one was for the Fort and one was for the Turtles. Really hard to get. So that's the market there, and there's more. There's another wave coming out next week of the other villains, and you got more tiny baby ones. It's never ending. Now I think.
So are
Good.
you like a regular in Smiths now, walking up and down the aisle? Because I walk into Smiths, and do you know the biggest thing that annoys me about Smiths? It's the fact that there's kids in there. It's like the Entertainer. Who in the right mind takes kids into a toy shop?
And that's wrong, isn't it?
It's
See,
just awful.
this is different with my kids. When I often kids on the way. When I was a kid, there was a shop called Children's World, and you had a slide that went into the store, and you had a big wall of Hasbro's. But I think it's quite cruel taking a kid into a toy shop because you're not going to buy anything. And you know, like
trampolines and stuff. Yeah.
for me, the stuff I buy now is stuff that I couldn't afford as a kid, but you can afford as an adult because you earn.
Yeah.
So every line I had as a child, like when I had the Thundercats, we then sold them at the boot sale to get the He-Man. I never had every line at once. It was one out, one in.
Ah.
And I remember going queuing up in Toys R Us for all the RoboCop figures, the TV show. So I had all them. I remember that, getting the fire station from Ghostbusters, but trading up for it at boot sales. You can't get stuff like that at boot sales anymore.
No. I picked up a complete set of real Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters at a boot sale the other day for £3. That was handy. But like I say, you don't see them very often. You don't see them hanging around anymore. You see them more at toy fairs and stuff like that now, don't you? So
the thing is, what you're going to see now with collectibles that are up and coming. I know it's I've never liked it, but all the Ben 10 stuff, the generation there, that's their Ninja Turtles, that's their He-Man. So Ben 10, all that stuff, that's going to shoot up in price.
Yeah. I see our friend in Warrington's got a box snarl, so I'm thinking I'm going to message him and see if he's still got that, because he put that.
I was there today. Obviously, my wife finished work at 4, and they open till 8 on Saturdays. But he's got a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, I saw that on the post. Have a look at Manic Miners on Facebook, ladies and gents. Follow him on Facebook because he does post his stuff on there, and he does get some really cool stuff practically every other day, it seems, at the moment, doesn't he? He's always posting. So,
he's like we do, he looks at auctions, goes to these conventions, put his Mega Mutant back, just buy stuff to sell. But he's a collector. That's probably the worst thing to do, being a store owner, is buying stuff you like, because you end up keeping it all.
There's a bloke that owns a toy shop in Mould, and we go down quite regularly, but he doesn't seem to open as much now because he was ill, but I don't think he's sort of got back into it. But when we were talking to him, he said it's all his private collection. So he buys it for his collection, then he's priced it to sort of keep it, but it's also his shop. So you're like...
You'll know this, Steve. Because there used to be a toy shop in the Johns in Liverpool.
In where, sorry?
In Liverpool Johns, the little inn shops, the cheap area in Liverpool. There used to be a toy shop in there, a really amazing shop, and unfortunately the owner passed away. And there was a sign, everyone signing, so it's a great shop, but all of the stuff is still in there because he's got all these figures around the top of his stall, but not been touched for about 2 years.
Bloody hell.
No, we were in Liverpool the other week, and St John's has gone down the market, gone down the pan now, and Clinton, the thingy centre's not there anymore. Is it the Clayton Centre? That's not there anymore, is it? That's a bar.
When he was at Manchester, did you check out Affleck's? Do you know about the Star Wars guy in there?
No, we went to the Arndale, then we had a look around the shops. We ended up in like FOP and
FOP, the same company as HMV.
HMV, yeah.
But they have more of the exclusive kind of deleted stuff, and they're cheap as well.
They had all the harder to find stuff than HMV. Just had all the common stuff, so it was quite good in there. That's where I got Little Steve's Batman. And Robin and Thingy from in there. Have they arrived yet, Steve?
Yeah, I think they turned up today. I've not opened them yet.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've got another cut of Batman Forever. I've got a producer's cut. I think it's got 16 minutes extra. And it opens with Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
With Doctor Strange in there. Not Doctor Strange. Hugo Strange. Sorry, Hugo Strange in the hospital with. He's there with Two-Face.
Yeah.
I'll upload the link to the group so you can watch it.
All right, we'll watch that then.
More stuff with the bat as well, the big bat.
Yeah, the big bat, isn't it?
So we were watching. No, we weren't watching. We were in the Arndale, and I shared a picture of Killer Clowns from Outer Space on DVD for £22 and CX.
Really?
So Little Steve must have searched to find out what store in Manchester I was in, because all of a sudden I was getting phone calls and messages. Are you in the Arndale Centre? If you are, can you pick this up? Can you do this? I was turned into his personal shopping bitch for the rest of the
Do you not think I know what the Arndale is and where CX is in Manchester?
So I was
we are actually getting a Killer Clowns 2 now.
Killers 2?
Yeah.
Is that what we're getting?
Yeah, obviously the company that bought the Critters that done New Binge on Sci-Fi, it flopped, but they bought the rights to a Killer Clowns TV show. Didn't happen, but they are making Killer Clowns 2 in 3D. It's called. It's supposed to be next year. But the clowns themselves, I don't know if you ever know. This is a bit of an inside bit. Ernest, Scared, Stupid. The trolls in that were the clowns from Killer Clowns with different paint on.
Yeah.
Oh, were they? All right.
Yes, got it.
Baz is asking, is anyone going to the Play Expo in Blackpool this weekend? Lots of toy stalls. We're not. No, we're going out in the Mazda for a day trip into the Peak District. So that's my weekend sorted. Yeah, we're going up to Derwent Dam. Do you know where they did all the testing and the experiments for the bouncing bomb and stuff like that? Do you know with the Lancasters? So that's where they did all the training over the dam, and you can walk around the dam and stuff like that. And they've got like a Lancaster museum and stuff like that in one of the towers of the dam. So we're going to that.
Nice.
Yeah. Steve, what are you doing this weekend, mate?
I don't know at the minute, mate. I don't know if I'm back in work or whether I'll be off again. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm in work, then I'll be in work. But I've had a bit of a chest infection, so which this isn't helping, if I must admit. But I felt a bit better today. Yeah, well, I felt a bit better today, so I was like, right, well, I'll give it a go.
That's not your chest infection that's causing your heart to bounce out your chest. That's how much money you've realised you've spent on shit movies.
Sorry, mate. Shut up.
What about you, Rob? What are you up to? Are you into mother care and places like that this weekend?
This is going to next weekend. We've got a baby and toddler fair, so it's like an uncle Comic Con.
Crazy.
It's an uncle Comic Con, but it's an amazing place, but it's just all baby stuff. So, so that's exciting. Down to London for that. And I'm just playing Assassin's Creed. Been knocking out Assassin's Creed Mirage, new one. Well, I'm working. I work a lot, and we're doing a live stream next week, so preparing for that as well.
Oh, okay.
Gareth, what are you up to, mate?
Nothing.
God, really?
Nothing. Nothing planned at all.
Did you still watch along for Killer Clowns or Critters?
I haven't got it. I need to, because I haven't got it on VHS or DVD.
Well, I think you need to get it.
I need to get that.
And we could all plan up for it. We can all wear makeup and wear a nose and.
Yeah.
You just want to dress up. That's what you like to do, isn't it?
I do.
All right. I'll have to look that
so
up.
It was £22 in CEX, mate, on DVD.
Yeah.
Really?
It's because there's many different scans of it.
The only problem I found, and you know me, I've got this big bugbear about the reprinted covers for CEX because they don't reduce the price. When we were in the Arndale Centre, not only were 70% of the content that they had in there were on reprinted covers, but they hadn't even put the Blu-rays in new Blu-ray discs. They were boxes. They were in DVD boxes, so they reprinted the labels anyway, the covers, but printed them at DVD size and put them in DVD boxes for Blu-ray. So you're like, what are they playing at? So
I think all the staff are too depressed because they're all either emo or goths, aren't they?
So
he keeps labeling them.
Little Steve's out there and going, oh, I want this one. Oh, I want that one. Can you have a look for that one? I've got it's a reprint. It's in a DVD case. It's a reprint.
Well, I asked you for two Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. I was like, can you pick them two up? Here's the voucher for it. Because I've got number 1 and 2 on 4K. I didn't.
Oh, he's gone.
Well, I don't understand who loses covers for them films. It's okay if it's an old film. But when you got new films that are missing sleeves, that don't make sense.
No. So it's like they've bought disc onlys, isn't it? They've bought a job like disc only online.
Warrington have got all 3 Toxic Avenger films there, or 4.
Have you took him back in? Have you?
No, I'll see him today.
I might have to nip to Warrington tomorrow. Oh, we've completely lost little Steve.
I think that they did have 2 slips. I don't know what the condition was like because Citizen Toxies a Finn, which that's a controversial film. That one, the 4th one.
Yeah. I'll have to go to Warrington tomorrow. In fact, I'm in Warrington tomorrow for a job. So,
Okay. And talking of Toxie, the trailer for the new Toxie, obviously Peter Dinklage plays Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
But in the trailer, I'm still not sure if he's playing a tall guy, or he's still short. I don't know from the trailer because you only see an angle of him through a door.
So do you think they've pulled a Seven Dwarfs on you, where these guys are all 6 foot, but they're actually 3 foot on screen, and Dinklage is 3 foot, but he's now 6 foot? Do you reckon that's what they've done?
Him out.
Yeah. Give him
Strange
4
one to remake. I thought the strange title to remake. I thought.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand stuff like Highlander getting remade, because like Highlander, for me, it's all about Lee spoke about it. It's all about the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And same with Flash Gordon. If they can't have the soundtrack, it's not Highlander. It's not going to be the same.
Absolutely not.
Or maybe they'll get someone like Sam Smith doing the soundtrack to Highlander.
Can you imagine?
He might play Connor.
Yeah. You know,
But that's the name we're playing around with for our little child is Connor.
Yeah.
Just ruined that for him, hadn't you?
Am I looking forward to a remake of Highlander? Yes and no. It depends on how they do it for me.
Have you seen the both cuts of the second one? The sorcerer. Oh, what's the second one called? Is it Sorcerer? Quickening. There's one really good version and a shockingly shit one.
Yeah.
Really?
And a lot of people have only seen the shit one.
Yeah, it takes out all the alien stuff, doesn't it? The better one. Yeah. The Renegade cut, or it used to be known as.
That's worth tracking down. Makes it watchable.
Yeah. Okay.
Unlike we talk about the future Crow films, when I think you had Edward Furlong in one of them, and then Angel was in one, I think. Guy from Angel.
Yeah. How do you mess up the Crow?
Yeah, the Crow's another one. I just loved the first one. I just loved the aesthetics of the first one. I just loved the pacing of the first one. You know, the rest of them in the TV series aren't worth jack shit, are they? They're not worth watching. You know, Mark Dacascos tried his best to try and resurrect it and keep it going. Yeah. But, you know, other than that, are you in your garage now, are you?
Yeah. We're off around the house.
Yeah.
No, I
might have to make a move, I think. I can hear the wife coming.
Yeah, I got a book. Get ready.
Oh, right, guys. You two disappear at the same time. See you later.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Right.
See you later, mate. There you go. So what are you doing now? Marking up more wood?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the little shells for the pops.
Oh.
So, but I've got a load of offcuts because I'm great at measuring. I'm
going to ask you a very controversial question here now, Steve. Did you do the homework?
No.
No, never did I.
Did you? Ah, there we go.
There you go. That's fine.
I thought you said you could find it.
That was homework movie done. Have you picked up anything good this week?
Well, I've had a delivery of absolutely loads of stuff. I know with my blooming. I've had Mikey's stuff come through the other day that I got from Whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I've had, in fact, I had to watch it back because I didn't believe I'd bought all the stuff he'd sent me. But it was where he bundled stuff together at the end.
Ah, right, okay.
But I was literally like, hang on a second, have I got somebody else's bloody order here?
So are we going to see it all on videos, are we?
Probably not that stuff, because there's not anything that really is well, there's a couple of bits, but like I got some stuff for Leo, so there's not a lot of that. The other stuff that's turned up from Chris today, so I've got that to go through. I've not even opened that yet because, like I say, I've had your parcel through, I've had that parcel through, and I've had the Scream 3 Steelbook finally come through from Amazon, when everybody else has had it for about 3 days. But yeah, I wanted to try and get some more space in that room so that I've got a bit more to try and display some of those steelbooks a bit. I think that's the idea. So whether I keep all of my collectibles, I'm not sure at this point. But otherwise, I'll just.
You can always sell them whatnot. I'm sure Chris will facilitate a whatnot sale for you.
Well, I'm trying to get some stuff together for him at the minute anyway, but I just didn't have a box big enough. So I didn't, because I went to that one charity shop this morning. I haven't really been out because I came back and started this, and I've been on it all day. So obviously between sorting out little man. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. But I'm happy now. I've got them Batmans because that means I've got the whole set of the Batman in 4K. Supermans, I've got them. The Rockies is one that I need to finish off because I've got number 5 or number 4 on 4K.
Well,
it's just about.
That was because of the special edition Rocky 4, though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. But the thing is that I'd said to you, especially with a lot of the 4Ks, I really want to get the movies that I think are going to benefit from it or that are relatively special to me. I don't just want to fill a room of 4Ks because I'm in that predicament with the Blu-rays. So where I've sort of really focused, unless it was incredibly cheap, is to try and get ones that I wanted. It's like the Psycho. I've got there's Hitchcock's got 3 volumes out now. Or what? There's the third one's coming out. They're going to put about a month of all these movies in 4K. But I've got the first set. The second set's about 50 quid at CEX.
Yeah.
And then the third set is coming out soon. But the Psycho I've already got in that set. Arrow's now released a 4K set of all the Psychos, so I don't know whether I'll pick that up at some point or not. So
are you planning on picking up these box sets and then getting rid of the Blu-ray box sets?
Well, I won't get rid of the Hitchcock House because that's quite a rare box set. It's a nice set. So that's not something I'm looking at immediately getting rid of. But I haven't really got any other sets now. I got rid of most of them on the Hitchcock, especially Hitchcock, because I already had them on that particular set.
Yeah.
Because I had another set before that that's probably about 30 quid in CX. But anyway, just keep talking for a second because I'm just going to mute it.
Okay. So the question I've got to the chat then is that if you upgrade your movies, etc., from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K and Steelbook, are you trading in your collections, or are you keeping hold of them and going through? Because there was a couple of people that I've watched this week, and I've seen clips of people saying that they want to have, hey Erica, they want to have the film on all formats, and I can't understand that argument that you want them all on just on every format. So let me know what your thoughts on that is. Nems said here, surely it's Supermen, not Supermans. If you were watching the Whatnot on Tuesday, I think Chris called Spider-Man Superman about 4 times because he got confused who he were. So I think that's easy done though when you're swapping and changing figures all the time. I suppose you probably asked me the same question though, really, regarding the Transformers behind me. Would I swap one version of a Transformer for another? But they all are different versions, and I've got about 5 different sound waves, so I'm not looking at actually trading any of them in or selling them. But it's not the same with films and TV series and stuff like that. In my opinion, because maybe the quality is better. I don't know. I'm still yet to try out our 4K TV with a 4K film. So I wonder what he's doing there.
Making smaller shelves for the pops.
Ah.
With the offcuts that I have, you see. So, but I've had to come downstairs to do that, which, yeah, my watch has just said I'm in a loud environment. Oh shit, Sherlock.
Ah. Baz is saying Pokemon mindset. You've got to collect them all.
Yeah, in some cases, I mean, like I say, you know what I like. I bottom like collecting stuff. But
Yeah, but
there's some. Thank you, Ben.
But you saw the same clips I've seen this week where they're saying that they've got to collect the same film in every format, and
Are you joking?
that's not like a completist. That's just OTT in my book.
Is it though?
Yeah. Why would you need the same film on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K? Right.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I mean, I
See you later.
enjoy. I enjoy having multiple copies of things, don't I? But I am trying to slim it back a little bit. It's not in here.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Well, would you get rid of your different versions of Transformers then?
No, because they're not the same. They're not the same figure, are they? You know, if you've got Dirty Dancing on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, 99% of the time it's going to be the same film, isn't it?
That's blasphemy. How dare you?
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah, I think, like I say, for me, they were just the reason why I got them was because they were the same price as the standard Blu-ray in CEX. So when I was buying them, I was buying them at the same sort of price. So it was only like a couple of quid.
You see. So there's the G1 shock sound wave. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So there's the G1, and here's the latest Bumblebee one.
Okay.
So there is like 30 years apart from them, like, but they are different versions of the toy. He looks different and everything else. Ultimately, he's the same.
He looks different.
Yeah.
Is this you convincing yourself here?
But I prefer the G1 over the new one, but I wouldn't sell the new one. I don't know. You two must have single. Yeah, that's it. You see, Baz. You know, when you say that, I am only allowed stuff in this room. If it goes out of this room, I have to sort of justify it. So I've got 3 limited edition prints from the Italian job in the hallway going down the stairs. But yeah, if it's in this room, if it can stay in this room, see, there's the toe of the room. There you go. So there's more Transformers over there. There's me comics on that wall with me collector's stamps. There's me Masterpiece Optimus up there with the NECA Alien Queen. And then I've got these behind me. So this is the bit that you don't really see, is the shelves up above. There you go. And my ball patch. There you go. Yeah. So I am interested in other people's collections and other people's. Good evening, Mr. Eblin. Thank you for joining us live on stream, sir. How are you?
Hello.
Long time no speak, sir.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. First time I've done this, so I'm going to have to turn the volume down on my computer.
Yes, because it echoes otherwise.
But not only that, there's a hell of a lag. But I've just thought I'd jump on quickly because I know that little Steve's got this thing about steelbooks.
Yeah.
And when I was having a tidy up, sorting my DVD bookshelf out, I found something that I'd forgot I had.
Okay, go
on. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Can I use because I'm using my iPhone? Can I use forward-facing camera on this so I can see what I'm doing?
You should be able to swap it over, yeah.
Okay, hang on a minute. Right.
Oh no, he's come.
Come on, Peter. The suspense is killing me there.
When you log into StreamYard, mate, if you do it forward facing first, then you'll be able to see what you're doing. Okay. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, so just rest your phone like that, mate, and big screen so little Steve can see you. There
Right.
you go.
Can you see me all right? Because I can't see you.
Yes, bud. Yeah, we can see you.
Fine, mate.
Right, I'll have to turn the camera around.
Okay.
So basically, I've got one of these.
Oh, wow, that's cool. DVD?
So that's a Blu-ray of the, the trilogy.
That's lovely.
It's quite thick.
Is that one you've not got, Steve?
No, I don't think I have. I definitely haven't got it. No, I've got all my versions down there. I know which ones I've got.
Right. So this is a bit awkward because I'm having to sort of show the camera around. So basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's cool.
And let's tip that out. So you get the Blu-ray like that.
Yeah.
With the 3 films in. And then you get there's a out of time license plate.
That's cool. Where have you found this?
It was in the back of the shelf when we were decorating. I forgot I had it. And then you got I don't know if the camera will pick this up. There's a lenticular picture there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the 3 of them on the water.
Yeah, and it fades in and out.
That's really cool.
And then you've got let's get it all out. So I won't open it all up, but there's a big poster.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a blueprint of the DeLorean.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a blueprint of the DeLorean. It opens right up. There's a black and white photo of the clock with them taking their picture.
Tower. Yeah.
The clock tower.
Yeah. There's a Back to the Future poster.
Another one. Yeah.
Of the actual.
Stop being a blooming moaning sod. Another one, really.
Shut up, you.
There's a selection of postcards.
Is there any business cards in there, Peter?
Oh, don't you dare start, you.
Back to the Future, the DeLorean. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see that. There's some more postcards of the hoverboard.
Ooh.
See, this is really cool stuff. This.
There's a replica of Gray's Sports Almanac,
Oh, you've got to have that.
and it's an actual. There is actually things in there.
Ooh,
They're a little bit out of date now, though.
Yeah, they're out of
Yeah.
date now. There's a duplicate of USA Today paper. You can see
That's
that.
cool. Yeah.
And some other newspaper, Hill Valley Telegraph.
Yeah.
So these are all the newspaper cuttings throughout the 3 films, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that one.
So I've got to ask the question: how much of that, or can you remember how much that box set you back?
Right. So this is going to make you sick now. I actually got 2 of them.
You've got 2 of them.
I had 2. I haven't got 2 now because
Oh right, yeah.
One of my friends had one, but I got them both from Amazon Warehouse,
My God. Here we go.
and they were £20 each.
Wow.
That's not bad at all. That.
And the only reason being is that the actual tin has got a little dent in it just there,
Yes. Yeah.
and that was it.
Well, you don't mind if the tin's got a dent in it, do you?
Well,
No.
it's what
Not
they call
really.
they call it patina, don't they?
Hmm.
And I've got a similar one for Jurassic Park.
All right, okay. And you found these while you were decorating?
Yeah. I mean, Steve,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know what sort of stuff I found when I was decorating, because you
Well,
had it
yeah,
out
I was gonna say I've still got the stuff that when you went in your loft.
there.
So you know,
So
I was just about to say, mate, it must be like in Aladdin's cave in your house when you started having a look around with all the stuff.
yeah, there was some interesting things that came to light. The other thing, this isn't something I found, but this was something I bought recently. Another steelbook of
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds.
What?
Strange New Worlds, Star Trek. Can you
All
see
right,
that?
season 1.
I don't know if you can see that at all.
season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
How much did that set you back?
Oh, that was expensive. That was £30
Bloody hell.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the new Strange New World series.
Oh,
Season
I'd really liked it.
2.
So what did you like about it, Steve?
I don't think I like the way they introduced Scotty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, and then it just starts getting good with the gun, and then it just finishes there, doesn't it? That people have been captured and stuff. And I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. Have you guys ever watched this series? If I can get it on the screen.
What is it?
Can you see it?
2 seconds, mate. Let me put you on big screen because you're in a corner there. Odyssey 5. No.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. No.
If you get a chance to see it, it's really good.
Is that RoboCop in it?
Yeah, Peter Weller's in it.
So take it. Odyssey is the space shuttle, then, is it?
Yeah, but Odyssey is the space shuttle.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously the five astronauts that are on there.
What's it about then, mate?
So basically, they're on a mission for NASA, and they get picked up by a previously unknown alien being, which is it's a humanoid being, but he's from the future, and he takes the shuttle into the spaceship, and basically says to them, "You've got 5 years to put things right." that something's going to happen to the Earth, and you've got 5 years to basically prevent it from happening. And that's the series basically. They're taken. They go back to Earth, and it's 5 years previous. So they go back in time 5 years. So they've got all the knowledge of the forthcoming 5 years, and they've got to try and prevent this catastrophe from happening.
Oh,
Here
right,
he is.
There you go, mate.
After-
So you've shown us a really good steel box collection of Back to the Future, and then Lee decides he's joining the stream. Good evening, Lee. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thought I'd join you reprobates. See what you're doing. Nothing.
Did you see Peter's Back to the Future steel box?
I did.
With
There's almost all the fifth elements there. It's good. It's just full of stuff. Just full of
Yeah.
a box that never stops giving. It's
Does-
full of
does
what do they call it? Tat. That's
Tat.
what. Yeah. If you're not a fan, that's like when we was doing the Back to the Fifth Element one. If you don't like the series, you think it's all crap.
For you guys that are actually collecting the steel box, the steel books, then, and again, Steve, this goes to you as well as to Pete. Would you prefer it if you had less or more of that so-called collector stuff in each of these steel books, considering the price that you're paying for them now?
Yeah, well, that's the question now, isn't it?
It's if it's stuff you can't ever get, like having the opera ticket from Fifth Element. No one's going to multi-pass. Do you know what I mean? It's stuff that's unique to that film. That, like, if they've done a big Jurassic Park one, and they had a load of stuff from like it had the canister, big lump of poo in it. Yeah, well, yeah, the canister, the DNA canister. There's a load of things you could do with that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like they did a Terminator 2 one, having the microchip, had the glasses, have bits that are unique to that film.
Yeah,
I think cool.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the more stuff, the more tat, the better. Hey, Rob.
What are you going to say then, Peter?
What am I looking at?
The more silver.
Oh, I wonder what that was then. It's the Driller Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. What's Peter showing us there? That looks like a Star Trek Delta to me.
No, this is Star Trek, the original series 1.
All right, okay.
Steelbook.
That's lovely.
And there's season 2.
Another 3.
And season 3.
Wow,
Cool.
they're nice.
They are lovely. I do like the artwork on the stuff. This is where I get quite conflicted with them, because I like the artwork on them, but I wouldn't be able to stand them sideways.
I think Lee's one to get his Star Trek steelbooks.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's where we've got.
Where Peter's saying there, season 1, 2, and 3 of the original series. Little Steve sent me the original series in a box set. I think that's just nice and easy just to put on the shelf, isn't it?
I've mentioned this so many times. Like, are you scared of like series and even films? Look at the Screen ones. You've got black steel books, then they release a red one. I've got all of the Jurassic Park steels, black spines. Then they release a gold one for the last one. Like when you're collecting a series, especially with TV shows, even look at where they've gone for the big boxes, for the slim boxes for just Amarais. Doesn't that wind you up like sideways on? It's just off-putting if they change, even if they just move the justification a bit lower. It's just annoying.
Yeah. I don't know.
One more then. I've got to head off because I've got early start at work tomorrow.
Okay, go on, mate. What are we showing us this time? Go
on. Very flashy.
Well, yeah. I got mine on Blu-ray. Mine was just the. I'm showing you, like you can see this when you've got you on big screen. I got mine on the Blu-ray box.
The original plastic case.
Yeah.
Are you getting the next? You get the next generation set, the next generation set with the Picard stuff.
Oh, that'd be lovely, but it's 200 quid.
Peter sent me the Picard box set. They did the link for the Picard box set, and I was looking at it, and I couldn't justify spending 180 quid on it. I think it was because you could get the Next Generation cheaper. You can get I've already got the movies. You can get the Picard box set cheaper. The only thing is, will be all the different Star Trek deltas throughout Picard's career. Then that was one of the collectibles that you get in it. That would be the only reason why I'd be buying that box set.
Guess it would go on space as well if you look. Like I had all the Smallville DVDs, and they're big old box sets, and they released a bigger box set which is half the size. So for space, maybe it's a good set to get. I think Lee's pre-ordered the Next Generation.
Yeah, I don't own any of the Next Generation TV shows. So I thought
you've got the films on still, haven't you?
I've got the films on still. I've got Picard on Steelbook 1 and 2.
Yeah,
but I've never owned the shows, so for me,
I think you can pick up the Next Generation for 50 quid in CEX on Blu-ray.
On Blu-ray,
yeah.
I might look into it. I mean, it's not out yet, is it? It's out. I think it's out next month, isn't it?
Yeah, the Picard box set's out next month. But like
next month.
The only thing that I'll be buying that for will be the different deltas, the different badges that he wears throughout his career, and that would be the only draw for me for that.
I'll buy the set and I'll sell you the belts for 400 quid.
Did you try that cosplay top on? I know it's for kids. Did you try to get into it?
Yeah, it's 4+. It didn't go over my head, unfortunately. No. Evening, Michael. Thank you for joining us here. Yes, you have joined at the right time. We are talking Star Trek.
Does that mean everybody else has gone then now?
See, for me, it was always Star Trek or Star Wars. I had friends that love Star Trek. I couldn't get past the first film when they're panning the ship for 20 minutes at the beginning, and I was always Star Wars. I watched a bit of Next Generation, but I just didn't get on with Star Trek personally. I appreciate people liking it. Fucking hell, look.
You see that about you see that about when they're in space dock, and it's that 10-minute scene where they're in the space pod and they're going around the Enterprise. But when you see the opening scene of Star Wars, you get the Carillion freighter,
Star Destroyer.
and then you get the Star Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the same in Star Wars than you have in Star Trek, but you're just introduced to it in Star Wars at the start.
But he's got a bit more shooting in the Star Wars, haven't you?
You have, but it's just mirrored that first scene for me, though, hasn't it? Well, the Enterprise is not even the first scene for in the motion picture. That's like 20 minutes, half an hour into the film.
I've got a memory of a childhood memory of my friend playing with that bit, and he told me to stop pointing his BB gun at him because it might be loaded. And I shot him in the face. I cut his ear open, and that's the last time I remember that happening. When we was watching that scene of the ship, and I just shot him because it wound me up.
So, what about you, Peter? Are you Star Trek or Star Wars?
Well, I'm on the fence because I like both.
I've lost love for it now. Obviously, same as like Marvel fatigue with the shows. I really didn't like Ahsoka. Didn't like Obi-Wan. The first two series of Mando were good. It's just too oversaturated. We're getting too much of it now, and I just want to break from Star Wars a bit. I've lost love for it, and even not really a spoiler, but they talk about Jabba the Hutt in a few episodes, but he's dead at that point.
Yeah,
but he's not in the show, so they can't even get the canon right.
Well, they're talking about him, and I don't know if they're talking about him post tense or. Because a lot of it, they were referring back for Ezra's purposes about what happened after he left. So the first time he mentioned it was just like a sort of a throwaway comment, wasn't it? It was like, oh, yeah, by the way, the Emperor's dead, Boba Fett, the Jabba the Hutt is this and everything. Oh, right, okay, everything is all hunky-dory. And then, but like I say, they just keep mentioning this name. If he's coming back, if he's going to be doing a Palpatine and coming back in another series, and the only other series I think he's going to come back in is going to be Boba Fett.
We're bringing Jabba back.
Yeah.
He blew up in his ship. Why can't He can't crawl along the sand. He'd probably melt.
That's it. You're seeing finally crawling out the Snarlack.
Maybe he didn't really blow up his ship. Maybe it was a dream sequence, like in Dallas.
Or he's on one of them. He's on one of them moped bikes, and he with his little gang.
Yeah.
Have you all watched the last episode of Ahsoka?
Yes.
I've not watched it yet.
Okay, I'm not saying anything then.
No, you can, because to be honest, I haven't really enjoyed the series. I said at the start of the show, I think she's been quite wooden. She's not the Ahsoka that I know and love from the other series.
The problem is, it forces you. Obviously, my wife she's been to Star Wars like myself, but never watched Rebels. The way Ahsoka's planned out is, if you haven't watched Rebels, you're screwed.
Yeah.
In the other stuff, you can kind of gather bits together. Okay, Mando, you know bits. But Ahsoka, if you haven't watched them 5 seasons of Rebels, or the end of Rebels, you're going there blind.
You've seen the last episode, Rob?
I have, yeah.
So, Sabine, yeah?
Yep.
I'm not saying no more than that.
So for me, Ahsoka, she's very wooden. She's not got any of the emotion that she's had in any of the other series. She's even been played down from the 3 episodes in Mando that she was in.
She's slow as well. She doesn't fight very fast, does she?
No.
Best part of the combat in that was when they had the girl, when she was a younger version with the girl.
Yeah,
that was the best. That was the best bit.
In the dream, in the thinking with Anakin. Yeah.
They've even put zombie stormtroopers in this one.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, guys, I've got to go. I'm afraid.
Sorry. No worries, mate. Thank you for joining us.
I'm trying to do the Star Trek thing. That's it. No, that's it.
Take care, buddy. Thank you for showing us that stuff.
That one.
Well,
that's a sex position, isn't it, Rob?
That's the shocker. Oh, no, that's the
shocker.
Spocker.
Yeah.
That's the Spocker. Sorry, that's the shocker.
So in the way of Star Wars, then, because like I say, little Steve doesn't agree with me when I say I don't enjoy Obi-Wan. I can't stand Andor. I just think that series was just a waste of money. What was the point in any of that?
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is shit as well.
I can't stand Obi-Wan.
There's 4 out of the 8 episodes of Obi-Wan that they could have dropped completely. Just got rid of.
Lee made a perfect point about Obi-Wan. You know, for all these films, he's been told, he's the one that's got to look after Luke, and then he just pisses off to find Leia.
It was was it episode 1 or episode 2 when he says, "I've got to stay here because of the boy," and he says the boy's not important, and I'm like, that was it for me. I'm like, no. The
interesting bit about Obi-Wan for me is the big plot hole that Leia doesn't recognize or doesn't remember him, and he's just gone through all of that to save her life, and she spent weeks with him on a spaceship, and she doesn't recognize who he is or knows who he is when it comes to episode 3, New Hope. You've saved my father. No, I saved your life, and you should remember who I am.
And Luke
they'll have a scene in a few years, won't they?
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to remember being chased across the desert by the Jedi either, for some reason. Forgot about that as well.
I just obviously with stuff. I don't mind Solo, and obviously I like the idea of Maul coming back. That was all in the Clone Wars, so I'm a bit surprised we've not seen him again.
It was in Rebels because Maul died in Rebels. Obi-Wan kills him.
When he come back with the legs, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Obi-Wan kills him in Rebels, and there's that great scene between him and Ezra.
That's really good. That is, it's done really well.
When he's fighting Obi-Wan, and he finally gives in to him, saying, "Yeah, you are better than me. You know, I've been built up with bait for all these years, and you're right, kind of thing." But again, if you haven't seen it, you're having these flashbacks of Clone Wars, which are quite good in Ahsoka. And I think the last season of Clone Wars series, the last one they aired, had Ahsoka with Maul.
Yes,
which was good.
Ahsoka was with Maul when Anakin was changing. That's why she wasn't on Anakin's side, because she went to capture Maul and took the 501st with her, and then Anakin became Vader in the Revenge of the Sith, and that last season of Clone Wars. That last season of Clone Wars is the time where Anakin's changing and Return of the Sith, Revenge of the Sith, and it
Again, if you're not got Disney, it's not available on the physical, and they're releasing Mando and all that before Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and that came out years ago.
Yeah, but like you say, it doesn't explain why Rex survives in Rebels. It doesn't explain where Wolf is or anything like that. But that last season of Clone Wars says these guys survived and this is where they were. But all you see in season 4 of Rebels is that they're on the Walker, aren't they, on the desert planet where they find Rex. And then, and it moves on from there. But like I say, Ahsoka's just been such a big disappointment. I had so high hopes for that season.
I think trouble with a lot of these shows now. I remember when films and shows were made by people that actually cared about the property, that were like fans. A lot of it now, you can tell the people that make it don't care about it.
But
you have shows that were made to conclude, not shows that are only there to make the next series happen. Nothing ends.
This is what I'm saying. I said at the start, Andor was just to set up another season of something else, and Boba Fett was just to bring back Mando for season 3 of Mandalorian. The fact that they're now saying that season 4 of Mando is going to focus more on Bo-Katan than it is on Mando, it should be Bo-Katan.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah. So it's all the art of stepping stones, but you're not getting enough substance within the series to keep me entertained to come into the next spin-off or the next movie.
Same as Marvel. You said the same as Marvel, completely.
I'm dreading the next movie because they're all in different timelines. And like I say, if you don't know Clone Wars and Rebels and everything else, you don't know where Ahsoka fits into it all. But then you've also got Andor that's running at the same time, which is well before any of that. We've
had no Boffins. Many Boffins died, and we've not even seen the Boffins.
No.
I've just found the last Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Andor. I found all them shows, to be honest with you, boring. They've really, really hard work to get through.
Yeah, I was like, just hurry up and get to the point where you kill him in Andor, because
even Mando 3. Mando 3 was disappointing. And the best episodes of Boba Fett were the ones with Mando in.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
But like I say, though, they've spent 2 seasons now building up Bo-Katan to be the Mandalorian leader. So the next season's going to focus on Bo-Katan. You might as well not have Mando in there at all and just call the series Bo-Katan.
Yeah, but they want to keep the audience, so they'll call it Mando.
And the reason why another reason why the Star Wars and Marvel is failing is they're bringing these new characters to bring out toys, and no one's buying the toys.
No.
Because obviously, if they're aiming at potentially a female generation, a lot of these new shows, women tend to not buy action figures. Do you know what I mean?
Then again, though, Bo-Katan's she's like Ahsoka. She's very prominent right the way through Clone Wars. She's in Rebels, and now she's in live action. So it's not like Bo-Katan's a new character to Star Wars. There's so many Star Wars legacy stories about Bo-Katan that's why they want to try and focus on it. It's all the other support characters that are coming into these series that are not worth anything. So when you look at Thrawn's sort of arrival, finally,
he's awful. He's awful.
He's a reveal. He's a reveal for a movie, not a TV show.
Yeah.
Revealing him into a show doesn't make his character as big as he should be.
I love how they've got the voice actor back for him, and but it's only in the last episode that you started seeing the strategic thinking of him, because in the episode where we first met him, he's just like, yeah, okay, I'll stand there, you go off and kill them, and by the way, if I leave you, I'll leave you. You're not really thinking anything through. The
last episode he was standing there.
He's meant to be this genius tactician, and it's like the bit in the episode where there's 3 Jedis. Okay, send 2 TIE fighters. What?
The drop ship.
It's 3 Jedis. Like, what? Oh.
Yeah, send 2 drop ships to stormtroopers.
For 3 Jedis. I'm like,
but what I don't understand is that he's this. he's this general and he's got this big Star Destroyer. Why is he not just going blasted the fuck out of Ezra?
Oh, exactly.
You know,
we had this in the episode with Ahsoka standing on the wing fighting the ships, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, and they're aiming at her instead of the ship. You're like, what are you doing? It's not good. It's not good
because that's completely empty now. So they'll all move on to there.
Yeah, he's talking to his missus.
I wonder what's going on then.
All these characters have got this. Is it story armor where they can pretty much get shot in the head and just wipe it off?
Yeah,
it's like Sabine, isn't it? Another person that's been stabbed with a lightsaber.
The Sabine fight, you know, they're all fighting zombie stormtroopers, and they're like, you know, get your gun out, and she's just standing there shooting, and they're all shooting at her, and she's just standing there, taking it off.
This is the problem now with Star Wars. Is that the lightsaber was the be all and end all.
Yeah, the ultimate weapon.
You know, it was built to be right. If you heard that woof, you're dead. Right.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, what's the point? Oh, you've got a lightsaber.
Well, they use it for everything. They use it as a torch. But if you want to open a tin of beans, like get a lightsaber out.
Is it Reva that got stabbed and survived, but then Qui-Gon Jinn died?
Yeah.
In a less brutal saber attack.
Well, in the Ahsoka show, she got stabbed, and then the next episode they like look at the wound, and it's like a little dot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, it's a lightsaber.
It's like when you were a kid and you stubbed yourself with a ciggy lighter in the car, isn't it?
But they've done that. But they've done that.
In the later
they've done that they've done it in the actual same show in Obi-Wan. You remember, Rob? Like she got run through, and I think it was the same episode or the episode before. She opens a blast door with a lightsaber. She puts it through the doors. You remember when they're inside and literally cuts a hole? And I'm like, but
flesh.
Yeah. It's just a surface wound. Just
merely a flesh wound.
You can sort of talk it through that it will cauterize the wound as it goes through or something like that. But the whole point is that the lightsabers were meant to be these lethal weapons, you know. But then you knew you're in trouble when they give them to stormtroopers in the last film, and they've got them on the staff.
Yep.
You know, you've watered this down now.
Well, they're not earned anymore, are they? They were like a mythical weapon, and now everybody's got one.
Yeah,
but don't you have lightsaber? You can have one.
Grievous had about 9,000 lightsabers and got done by a gunshot, a blaster shot.
Yep.
Don't bring a lightsaber to a gunfight.
But the thing is with Grievous, though, is that Grievous has had lightsaber fights and they're trophies of Jedis that he's killed.
Yeah.
So it's proven the fact that he's because he was a great warrior before he ended up being Grievous.
All he did is swing his arm around.
Mace Windu done his little voice part, didn't he? It's just, again, Clone Wars animated show. You find out how he gets the breathing problems.
Yeah, but you know, but that just shows how good of a warrior Grievous was, that he's had all these lightsabers. But at one point at the end of like Revenge of the Sith, he was like the bloke that walks into the pub telling the watches, wasn't he? How many?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? You've seen the meme, haven't you? You've seen the meme with all the
little tiny ones as well.
Yeah.
But again, that's a great episode though of Clone Wars where Ahsoka goes in to kill Grievous. She's in his lair waiting for him to come back, and that's a great episode. But you don't get to see any of that in the Ahsoka series. You don't get to see that sort of rebellious side to it.
I wanted to be in Leia when I was younger. Oh, Leia, sorry.
And you say about the lightsabers obviously cutting the wound. How comes when Boba Fett lifted Jango's helmet, his head didn't fall out? His head would still be in there, wouldn't it? Surely.
Don't think of things like that, Rob. Don't be silly.
I'm still waiting for Windu to come back. They've teased that for years, haven't they?
They will do.
Samuel L. Jackson's teased it for years, hasn't he? That he's doing it.
That'd be the next show.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be perfect, to be honest, if he's in a Boba film.
Yeah,
because obviously Mace Windu killed his dad. And he remembers Mace Windu. That's the perfect villain / because obviously Boba Fett never see Luke, and Luke knocked him into the Sarlacc pretty much. Or didn't, but obviously, you know, he was there. He was there at the fight. So getting Luke to meet Boba and Mace Windu in the next series of Boba Fett, I think is going to happen.
Stop giving them ideas.
And that was like a fallen Jedi.
I don't know what the next series is going to be, but I did enjoy seeing C-3PO back though. I think
it's Rise of the Ewok.
Yeah,
next show.
That's it. Yeah.
Really?
Jar Jar coming back.
Yeah.
What's going on with them snail people?
Yeah, Jar Jar was the best Sith Lord ever.
Oh, please no, not Jar Jar Binks, please.
The load of footage of him with the red eyes doing the mouth sinking in it.
Yeah.
He's got Sith eyes. No way, bloody hell.
So Anthony saying Obi-Wan was hard work. Yeah,
you're not wrong, mate. Yeah, that was hard work.
You know, you had 4 episodes building up to the Vader fight. You know, he knew he was going to cross paths with Vader at some point. And then, yeah.
Do you mean the bit where he defeated Vader with some fire? I love that bit.
Yeah.
Obi Wank.
Yeah.
Please. Mind you, that show did give me some like really funny laugh out loud moments, especially the Princess Leia bit in the woods when he's chasing her. That's one of my favourite scenes ever. That is.
The guys can't catch it. You can actually put Benny Hill music on the top of that.
They're running like at 1 mile an hour, aren't they? Slow, trying to catch. And one guy runs into a branch, goes, "Oh!" Everyone trips over. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, go on. It was just to merch that little robot share.
Yeah, the little
Just still see it on shelves now.
So where do you see Obi-Wan going in season 2?
Is there definitely a season 2? It's been confirmed.
There will be a season 2, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you've been looking forward to that, aren't you?
It depends if they do almost like a time jump with it. Not to continue it straight from...
I hope he's not going to be a complete fanny in season 2, because in season 1 he was for most of it.
How dare you?
He was.
If you do it just after Revenge of the Sith, isn't it? I don't know where you can fit it.
That's the bit when he's being led around by like a 6-year-old Princess Leia, and she was telling him what to do. And I'm like,
so judging by the fact that she's 6 or 7 or whatever she is, then this is obviously the next one's going to be 15 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, teenager.
On a period.
Yeah, so
stick some death sticks, sir.
It's
Rise of the Tampon.
Right.
So it's going to be to the point, because I think Luke and Leia were 22, weren't they, in episode 3?
Yeah, in the early 20s.
They were roughly there. So even if they do time jump, they can only time jump 10 years. So they're going to be 17, 18 just before thingy. But then they're going to have to make him look really, really old, aren't they? Because the way that he looks in A New Hope, he's a proper granddad.
Well, Qui-Gon was at the end, wasn't he? Of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some sort of Qui-Gon training montage.
Yeah, that'd be good.
With that Team America music.
Yeah.
Yeah, America.
Dun, dun.
Where do you reckon the Star Wars series are going then, Steve? Because, like I say,
in the bin.
You're quite invested in them, aren't you, at the moment?
Not really. I've watched a few of them. I've watched Mandalorian. I'm still yet to watch Series 3. But I don't know. To be honest with you, mate, I'm just enjoying the ride. Like I say, I was a bit disappointed with Boba Fett, just because it's hardly Boba Fett.
We don't know if it's going to be potentially an Obi-Wan show, but not about Obi-Wan. So we've got to think outside the box of characters that have not really in the background. The potentially the story not told, because they've got to build. They can't keep using legendary characters. You know, they need to build new characters, because we're going to see Luke turn up in our 50s and sit, or at least 50 anyway, in our 70s. We don't want to see. We want to see new stuff. I don't mind new stuff if it's good new stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You go back to the Jabba situation. If you remember the CGI film they made, Jabba had a son. Remember, like a little tadpole. Why not? Where is he? You know, he could be the Jabba revenging his dad's death in Boba too.
Well, you don't know if that's going to be the case, do you?
He's still going to be called Jabba, maybe.
Is he took his dad's name on? But then again, he's only
Jabba Ranks.
Yeah. He's not going to be that old either, is he? Really?
No.
He'd just be a frog now, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but they don't exactly move a lot, do they? So
not really.
See...
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about YouTubers.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you ever play the Lego Star Wars games and you catch your be Jabba the Hutt, and there's no point because it's so slow.
But is there a character in the spin-off movies like Rogue One and Solo and stuff? Would you like to see a series on the back of it? Because, like I say, Endor didn't really produce the goods for me for that, and I think they might have picked the wrong character for that.
A little bit more. Have a Maul show.
I would love to see the construction of the Death Star.
Well, like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, you see all these things. It's like the Eddie Izzard sketch, isn't it? Where Vader's in the canteen.
Oh, with a tray. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
But I'd love to see stuff like that, and it sort of hits on it at the start of Rogue One about all the scientists and the developers, and it's hit on again in Clone Wars, isn't it? Where you see all the plans for it and stuff like that. Attack of the Clones, sorry. I'd love to see the Death Star construction from an Imperial point of view, and just seeing what that's like. And then,
I mean, I'm kind of like Rob. I'd like them to sort of leave the legendary characters behind, but I've always wanted them to either make a film or a show about Vader. That's what I've always wanted.
The comic book's really good.
Yeah, just based on him. But it'd have to be, like an adult type show or film because of the content.
It'll be dark, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very dark. I've always wanted them to do that. But I don't think they ever will.
There is a fan project of Max Rebo, the blue pig thing in the band.
Yeah.
When Jabba's sail bars blew up, he was wandering the desert, still alive, going to cantinas in his nappy. He didn't have a nappy on. Max Rebo on tour.
Yeah, but like you say, that goes down the route of the Imperial side. They were looking at doing a TIE fighter sort of series to accompany the X-Wing film that was meant to be coming out, wasn't it? So you got both sides of that, like you did in the games. It'll be everyone focusing on the good side. Let give me a dark, Imperial. Yeah, this is where we are type of.
Either like Rob said, either a Maul, one based on Maul or Vader, or both of them.
Yeah.
Even video game, like Carl Kestis from the guy that does the voice acting and motion capture looks like the character.
Yeah.
Why has he not showed up in the show or a film?
He probably will.
They referenced them throughout Ahsoka.
Well, the robot was in it, wasn't it?
And they missed the hit with the guy from Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
the guy that played the character in that. Perfect. He started off as a hidden Vader apprentice.
But they've had the droid in it, haven't they, Rob? BB-8. Yeah. That's been in it, isn't it?
Look, that played racetrack in Battlestar Galactica, isn't he? He's in that, but he's always wanted to play Starkiller in live action.
Yeah. He can still do it. He could probably still do it now. I think it was Doom. Last time I see him was Doomsday in a Superman show.
Yeah, that'd be good as well. But I think they need to get away from. Yeah, they need to get away from the legendary characters, the ones we've seen. But if they're going to do another Obi-Wan show, I don't know where they're going to go with that.
The thing is, though, is that when Disney bought Star Wars out, they decanonized a hell of a lot of content and said, "Don't worry about that now. None of that exists." These shows like your Endors and your Ahsokas are pulling on that legacy and storylines about what's going on, like the era of the Empire and stuff like that, the Jedi Order and stuff like that. They're all part of these stories that they decanonized, and they're bringing it back, saying it's a new idea. It's not a new idea. These stories are 30 years old.
Yeah,
I think the whole time traveling thing with that kind of in Rebels, he's heading down a path that could really go bad for him, going right back again. They're not going forward; they're going back.
No.
Yeah. Well, I've said this to you before. I still think at some point in the next 10, 15 years they'll remake the originals.
Yeah.
I think they'll remake them.
Well, they did. They did with Force Awakens, didn't they? Really?
They did. Yeah, we know they did, but actually remake, the original stories.
We'll get a remake of A New Hope, as of The New Hope, recast Luke, recast Leia, recast.
Yeah.
In the last episode of Ahsoka, and like I say, I'm going to watch it in the morning, so don't worry about ruining it for me. How did he confirmed? Is it the mother from Rebels, the spiritual? Because you met the father, you met the son, you met the daughter, didn't you? Is the person that Scroll's looking after, Balin's looking for? Is it the mother from them, from the good, the bad, and the light side, the dark side, and the universe?
I can't even remember. I zoned out.
I can't even remember. I watched it. Literally watched it yesterday, and I've totally forgotten what's happened already. There's one bit I do remember, but I ain't going to ruin it for you. I'll let you watch that. You'll know what bit I mean when you when you watch it.
Right.
The thing is, I'm watching it, and I'm so disinterested while I'm watching it. Like I've got it on, and I'll do other things. Like I'll be looking at my phone, or do you know what I mean? And that shouldn't be the way. When you're interested in something, you're interested. You're watching it. You're invested.
Especially not the last episode.
This is the way.
So I'm going to ask a very controversial question, guys, and I know you guys aren't used to controversy as it is on YouTube.
No, we don't do that.
Of course not.
It's a question for you. Is Ray Stevens' character getting so much credit because he's died? Or is he just really good on screen?
That's how I've always felt about Dark Knight. Personally.
Ledger.
Yeah. It's great, but he only done what he did because he died. And I think
he really did well in that role.
I do think Balin's a really good character. I like how he comes across.
I think he's underused.
He does command the scene when he's on screen. But all this if Ray Stevens is alive, whether we appreciate all the credit and all the praise that he's getting. I'm thinking, would he get all the praise and all the credit he's getting if he was still alive?
I think it's a bit of both. I think that's got something to do with it, 100%. But I also think because he's probably one of the better actors in the show as well, that probably elevates him quite a lot. And he has got really good screen presence as well. I mean,
they'll have to CGI him because they've not left it in a position where he's going to be in the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, let's say do backwards angles, or I don't know. I think
they can CGI it, can't they? Now they can so much they can do.
Used on screen footage of him and stuff like that. That's what they did with Leia, wasn't it? They used a lot of on screen footage of Carrie Fisher from the other film and threw it in there.
I didn't know she was in Mary Poppins though. I didn't know she was in it.
I think obviously when Steve was saying earlier about the Luke being the best deepfake he's seen, although it's a shit film, the beginning of Indiana Jones, when you see him de-aged, I've not seen anything that good because it's the eyes. Luke's eyes still doing it right.
I tell you a really good deepfake. A deepfake is the one at the beginning of Terminator. With John Connor.
I mean, it's good. But what
Sarah Connor and that's really good as well.
You literally, Mark Hamill could pop his clogs tomorrow, and they could still include him in a load of stuff.
Sebastian Stan from Winter Soldier. I think they've had pictures of him. It's almost identical. So I don't know what you could do a Luke early years show in his proper Jedi training on Dagobah stuff like that. I guess you could. I think we'll probably get that.
Yeah,
well, you will get more because they've got to rinse it dry, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
That's what they've got to do. unfortunately.
I don't know what the next. I don't know what the next Marvel series is going to be. I don't know. I'm
Well,
sort
the
of
Kang
looking
dinosaur is
forward
supposed to
to
come, don't they?
I'm looking forward to Loki season 2. You know, but I don't know where they go after that because, like you say, we've now hit the C-list superheroes now, haven't we? You know, we're at that dreg.
Well, we have got some big hitters to come, but I don't want them. I don't want them. Not at the state
I
at the
think
moment.
Deadpool is going to rewrite a lot of the canon going forward with that killing a lot of characters. I know there's a lot of Fox universe that aren't going to survive. We've said that already. So I think the way Deadpool is, they'll rewrite characters, and I think it'll be a fresh new. Because they're saying Kang Dynasty might have been cancelled or it's been put back a while. We don't know what's going on with Blade. And Blade would have been good if it was about fighting vampires and not monsters.
Yeah.
So maybe it needs time away.
So I was reading an article the other day, and they were saying that they wanted to do the crossover between Blade and Underworld, you know, and have Blade come into that. And don't forget, Underworld is probably the longest serving vampire movie franchise. It's all shite, but you know it has survived.
How dare you?
It has survived quite
Kate
well.
Beckinsale in leather. How dare you?
But that's what I'm saying. But there's no substance. But you're sitting there watching 30 hours worth of movie and not knowing what he's doing. So
yeah,
you know, would you like to see that type of crossover between franchises?
No.
Well, look what I did with Transformers and G.I. Joe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that comes across as quite desperate to me.
That crossover already exists in different media anyway.
I know.
So to have Blade jump into another movie franchise where the vampires are technically the good guys, would you have liked to have seen that?
No, I don't think I would. And there's a reason for that.
They kind of had that with Blade too, didn't they? With a lot of Danny John Jules and stuff. There was vampires that were good.
Yeah, but it's going on. I'm looking at it from the political climate at the moment, if you know what I mean. Like, no, I wouldn't. I'll just leave Blade in his own universe, doing what he does best, killing vampires. That's what he does, you know.
I don't think Blade even needs a backstory. You can just get Blade in a film as Blade. You haven't got to tell them. People don't need to know about the history of all these characters. You know, we don't need Spider-Man's origin story.
His history was changed for the film anyway, wasn't it?
Well, the original Wesley Snipes movie didn't have a big origin story. It was like he's a daywalker, and then you got him.
Well, the original Blade, his mum was a prostitute. The original Blade, and then in the film, she had just made it. She was a woman who got bit when she was pregnant. Yeah.
And that was it. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, he got bit when she was pregnant, and he's not the same as everybody else. Great.
And then of course his mum comes back. You know, spoilers.
Yeah, but it was a quick 5-10 minute.
That's all you need. Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah.
You could cross Blade with something like Hellboy.
I guess.
Like both monster hunters kind of thing.
Guess you could.
But again, Hellboy, the first Ron Perlman film, it was brilliant. It was only a 5 minute, right? Okay, the Germans today.
Yeah, the bit at the beginning,
a bit at the beginning, and by the way, here he is. Okay, and next thing you know, he's kicking ass again, and he's on the good side. Done. You know who he is. You know what he's about. Let's get on with it. Yeah. You don't need. But that's why I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man worked, because there was no big backstory about him. It was just that Spider-Man.
Thing is, everyone knows their backstories for these characters. You don't. It's like every time they reboot it or they bring a new actor in, they've got to tell you that you don't need it. Everyone knows. I mean, not a person alive who don't know how Batman came around or Spider-Man came around or Superman. Everyone knows.
But we're a big fan of Superman Returns that people hated.
Oh, great film.
Hasn't really got much of a backstory, and that's a fantastic film.
Yeah, great film. That needs a 4K, that film.
So,
what's that, Superman Returns?
Yeah. Luke's asked the question, has anyone got the Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I have. I was watching it today.
Yeah, Rob?
Hang on. That way.
I stopped buying Marvel films after Doctor Strange. To be
I
honest,
haven't got any. I haven't got any of the cinematic universe on DVD.
Really? You don't own any?
Don't own any of them.
Did you never own them?
Oh, I have done. I've done in the past, but I think I lost interest in the last phase just before Endgame. You know, Endgame was a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but when you start getting re-releases and different covers and stuff like that, and it just got too much. And then
the phase box sets.
yeah, when you thought, well, you walk into CEX now and you've got the Avengers box set. And it's Avengers. It's all the Avengers movies, but there's none of the standalone movies. So,
Yeah.
and then when you buy the standalone movies, the Avengers aren't in it. So that they sort of guide you down the fact you've got to buy all these different box sets.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
Things the
And
four
then-
phase box sets had the posters in, and it was phase 1 up to phase 3, and then you had all the TV shows that weren't available at the time. So my
Yeah.
collection kind of stopped. My collection stopped, I think, after the shows because I couldn't buy a phase 4 complete.
No, well, that's what I was going to say. When you come to an end game, to end game, and you go on from there, and then obviously you've got WandaVision that kicks off everything else, and you're like, I can't buy WandaVision, I can't buy Winter Soldier, and I can't buy Loki at this moment in time. at this moment in time,
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, and then I look at the films that have been released as well. Shang-Chi, what a waste of time that was.
Oh, that film's awful.
Eternals was the best one of a week line. I liked Eternals. I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah, but Eternals is not part of the MCU, though, was it? It's now classed as a standalone because all of a sudden we got this big elemental that's got a Zan sticking out.
Yeah, which no one's seen it since it's been there. Yeah.
You know, surely a 747's crashed into his cockpit.
No, it's not there. No one's seen it.
You know?
They're
That's
probably
what I mean.
in a film later on. They'll probably say that it's probably some sort of invisibility thing going on that you can't see it or something. Yeah, that's what'll happen.
No fly zones about this. Yeah. But Shang-Chi didn't know what it wanted to be. If it wanted to be a martial arts film, a Marvel movie, or
I hated that film. I couldn't stand that film.
But we've got the Marvels. The Marvels will come in. That'd be good.
Well, I don't know. Did you watch Miss Marvel as in the series?
I watched a few episodes.
I watched one episode. That was it.
Right.
Because I played the game. The Avengers game, and she was the main character. I think who's this? I've not even heard of her. My Marvel knowledge is through games and films rather than comics. So when I was playing the game, I'm playing this character that I didn't even know, and then they only made the game to push her from the show.
Yep.
Yeah. So I watched a bit, and then she ended up with the 10 rings, and I'm like, how she got Shang-Chi's rings? Because you see Wong take him off him, but you don't see Wong giving them to anyone else. And Shang-Chi walks through a portal, you never see him ever again.
Are you telling me you want continuity in Marvel? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
There is none. That doesn't exist.
Right? The only reason why no one's going to know who Rambo is unless you've watched WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
She's in it as a kid in Captain Marvel, but unless you've watched WandaVision, you don't know who Rambo is. You
Monica
don't
Rambo,
know the relationship between the two.
And if you don't watch She-Hulk, you wouldn't know what happened to Abomination, which was an abomination.
That film's going to bomb so hard for Marvel. I'm telling you, that is going to bomb.
The trailer looked like a TV show.
No one's interested in that film.
Don't get me wrong, Brie Larson. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel's not great. The whole bit where she's in Endgame, it's like she could have helped win that battle in Infinity War. You know,
that was bad writing, wasn't it, from the writers, because they showed you how powerful she was, and then they thought, hang on a minute, she could just go in there and like.
But even if you watch the spin-off of the boys show, Ant-Man could have ended it all by shrinking.
Yeah. But they sort of these writers don't know what they're doing. This is the problem.
Mm.
And this is why, in the current climate, I don't want them to make the X-Men films or the Fantastic Four films. Not at the moment, because they'll ruin them. They will ruin the characters.
Yeah.
give it a break. The same as compared to the Halloween stuff. You know, A24 looking to buy the Halloween rights, the Halloween.
So you're talking there about Fantastic Four. I've read that Sue Storm's going to lead the new Fantastic Four.
That's correct. Yeah. And there's also a rumor, and this I'm not making this up. You can look it up online. The Thing, Ben Grimm, is going to be female. So there you go.
See,
Bernie.
I've said a few times, right? I don't mind if you're gonna change the sex of characters, change the color of characters, or whatever, as long as you do it right. Okay, if I've got a compelling story and it's a great series and you've done that character well. The bit that I'm worried about is that we're changing these characters and we're changing everything about them, the fundamentals of these characters, and the writing's still shit.
Yeah. But the characters weren't written to be women or males. You know, if they're a man, they're a man character.
Forget what they're written as 60 years ago or whenever, right? If you give me a female Ben Grimm, yeah, call her Bev Gwyn, right?
Bev Gwyn.
Bev Gwyn, yeah. If it's done right and she's a compelling character and she's got a good story and everything else, you can sort of forgive it, right? As long as it's done well. If you've done all of that and it's still shit, then what's the point?
We all look like a load of villains.
Yeah, you've got your 2016 Ghostbusters.
Oh, please no.
But to be honest, the only thing that personally with Ghostbusters is all of the humor is so off in that film, but the ghosts look good. The streams coming out, the footage look good. I liked bits. I do like bits of that film. It's just,
but the original Ghostbusters wasn't a comedy. It had comedy elements, but
it's just like a dark comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, it had comedy elements, but it wasn't set to be comedy.
Yeah.
And in the 2016 Ghostbusters, you had 4 female comedians that all they wanted to do was tell one-liners for an hour and a half,
which didn't work.
No.
About their wontons.
See, the only problem I have with this gender and race swapping is, to me, it's no longer. It's not the character. It's no longer the character that it was originally intended to be. It's the same with Blade. I mean, we've had this conversation before. You couldn't make Blade a white guy. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it wouldn't work. No matter how good the writing is, it just wouldn't work. And it's the same as like you're saying about Ben Grimm, changing him to a woman and stuff like that. Again, to me, it might work. If you had a decent writer, it might work. But again, that being too political, it only seems to go one way.
Yeah.
They never swap them the other way. It's just always,
Well, you're never going to get a Wonder Man, are you? Instead of Wonder Woman.
I don't know. Rob's quite impressive.
Yeah. You're never going to get a Dave instead of a Jane.
Give me a twig any day.
Yeah. You're never going to get a Dave instead of a Diana, are you? So
I don't think I'd want one to be to be honest.
running around with speedos on.
Well, then again, I might watch it. You never know.
Yeah,
Well, let's not talk about the last Wonder Woman film, please.
But like you say though, I haven't the whole gender thing. There is certain characters you would never change.
No, you can't.
But there is characters that you don't mind if they do change, if they keep the fundamentals of the character the same.
I have no problem even changing a character if it's done like in a multiverse way. That I've got no problem with that. It's a different universe. It's when it's the same, when it's the original character and then they change it. That's what I have a problem with. There's no need.
They made Peter Dinklage Toxie because of all the stuff with Snow White.
This is what I was saying to you before. Did they pull a Snow White? You've got 6-foot actors walking around 3
playing dwarfs. Yeah.
Did they pull a 3-foot actor in as a 6-foot?
And she's been sacked from Disney, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's not allowed to be. Yeah, she doesn't do anything for Disney anymore.
I wonder why.
Well, I realised she was the worst part of Shazam too. I forgot she was in Shazam.
Yeah, she's in Shazam. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Yeah, you should, if you want to know why, you should check out her social media, Rob. If you want a good laugh.
Yeah, I know what she's playing.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying to you before when we were talking about it. They did do a Snow White, put the dwarf in a 6-foot character, just to make up for the fact that they never employed any of them in Snow White.
7 magical creatures, and they 7 mystical creatures.
No, 7. It's Snow White and the 7 climate warriors.
Steve, I thought you was eating a bit of paper then.
I thought he was eating a bit of cardboard. What was he eating?
I don't know. Have you seen The Nun 2 yet?
I haven't. Rob?
No. I lost all track of that series, to be honest.
No. So we were talking before about franchises throwing little bits in just to keep them all linked, like Star Wars, etc. The Nun 2's like that. Like, if you've not seen the first Nun, you need to watch that before you watch the Nun 2. But you can sort of forgive the fact that you're forgetting you're watching a Conjuring series film until right at the end where they throw the Warrens back in as they answer the phone, and it's just like, right, okay, you know what you're watching now. It's an awful film, The Nun 2.
They did it with Cloverfield. They done 2 Cloverfield spin-offs that weren't nothing to do with Cloverfield, but had the monsters at the end.
Right at the end with the car. Yeah, and I was like,
I quite like Cloverfield Paradox as a movie.
Yes, it was fun, different, but the end of it with a big creature. There is a Cloverfield proper sequel coming.
Yeah, so I do enjoy the Cloverfield Paradox one, but like you say, but you see more of the monster at the end of that film than you do in the whole entire film of Cloverfield.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
the best bit of marketing. I don't know if it was that one or the second one. I think it was at like some big game, some big Yankee game. Yeah, and it was like, and there was something in like a big event in America, and it was like it was like a Yankee game, whatever, and it said at the Super Bowl, sorry, and they played a trailer for it, and it goes, "The film's available now, digital." Like, it was like, what? Not even heard of it, and it was all right.
Yeah, that Cloverfield Lane was the one with in the underground bunker, isn't it?
Yes, John Goodman, isn't it? That one. Yeah. That to me, it's not even a Clover. Well, it is a Cloverfield film because of the end, but
they had a UFO at the end. Weird bit at the end. UFO and
it's like it's like that bit's been tacked on the bit at the end, isn't it? You're like, bit weird.
Well, that's it. The paradox is the same. It's fresh in my mind because I only watched it last week. It's the same because they never say what is going on.
What's happened? Yeah.
So it is, you can open up all these wormholes and rip time and space time and everything can all collide and everything else. And then in the end, they come down from the space station. He's like, no, tell them not to come down because everything that's happening here. No one knows what's happening there. And all of a sudden you just see this monster in the clouds as the pod comes past it. It's just like, okay, it's now a Cloverfield movie. We've now got the big monster. But like I say, you see more with that monster there than you do in an hour and a half of Cloverfield. Because you really didn't get...
The thing that always made me laugh at the end of Cloverfield, when the creature reveals itself, where they're all running through the tunnels, if I remember, and they're standing there, what's going on? And the creature's directly behind them.
Yeah.
And they don't even hear him.
What about the guy who's in the mall? He got stabbed through the chest with the massive post and then he's running down the street.
When Cloverfield?
Cloverfield, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, well, it's when he dies, isn't it? And the camcorder lifts up, and that's when you see the monster for the first time. See it.
He makes the helicopter thing, and the guy that explodes for no reason in the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's one of the shittest films ever. Sorry, I'll leave it to
Because in Cloverfield,
don't want to be on camera.
In Cloverfield, you get all the little monsters running around. It's like watching Tremors 4 or something, isn't it? With the little.
It's very familiar of a PlayStation game called Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance Fall of Man. Yeah.
But like I say, you only get to see the big monster when he dies, and the camera lifts up and
it falls over. Yeah,
it's always been above them, but you never get to see any of it otherwise.
But that was quite a low budget film, though, wasn't it? The first one.
But I like all the bits they did after it. Like, did you notice this bit at the beginning? The bit where you're on the big wheel. There's other bits where you see the creature falling, and there was such a marvelous marketing campaign for that film. and all the bits of where you can spot the creature in certain advertisements, and that was cool.
Yeah. Have you watched it? Have you watched it recently?
No, it holds up. Sounds like Godzilla. If you remember the old Roderick Godzilla, you would go past a bus and it have this is the size of its tail on the side of a bus.
The feet, didn't they, and all that on
And
buses.
the trailer was they're going for a natural history museum, and the foot comes down.
But I watched that 2014 Godzilla the other week because Godzilla versus Kong, or Kong versus Godzilla, whichever way is now come on Netflix. And I only seen half of that when it was released, so I've watched all of that, and then went back to watch Skull Island, and then Godzilla, and then whatever. The one that's not on there is King of the Monsters, which sort of links the two. The 2014 one still holds up as a good film, but Skull Island, I can't get back into that film. I just don't.
I think the guy from Step Brothers winds me up in that film.
The mad guy, yeah.
The skull creatures, they're cool.
Yeah, they're good.
It's just, I think Peter Jackson was the pinnacle of Kong, and you know that film. I think they brought Kong back too early. It's been years since we had Peter Jackson's film, but that was it. That was it for me. King Kong was Peter Jackson.
Well, Godzilla versus Kong, it's like Rampage, isn't it? Really, it's just them battering the shit out of each other.
But when you're fighting two kind of kaijus,
until all of a sudden they find a mutual respect for each other. Okay, you can go now. And
don't he smile? He laughs. And Godzilla laughs. The thing is, when you get big kaiju films, it's almost like you're watching two people fight because you don't get the size. You don't get the size right, do you? When you're a little person on the street looking up, this big Godzilla, you really feel how big they are. When you've got big characters fighting off each other, it looks like you're watching Power Rangers.
I think that's why I enjoy the Pacific Rim and stuff like that, because when the kaijus are fighting with the Jaegers, you do get the
sense of scale,
size and the scale, especially where he's picking up the boat in his hand, and he's just like the big oil tanker and stuff like that. It's brilliant. But Kong and Godzilla, they've been smashing the fuck out of each other for half an hour, and then all of a sudden he just goes, "Okay, see you later, bye bye. Oh, you going down that hole now? Yeah, all right, I'll see you in the next film." And that's all it's. It's.
But look at the old Godzilla films, the very old ones. I think there was a point where they was all talking English, and they was all mates with Gigan and Mothra. Mothra was cool. I like Mothra in King of Monsters. I like Ghidorah, King Ghidorah.
That's where they have the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, isn't it? They're all stood around, dancing around. Yeah.
King Ghidorah, Ghidra, whatever they call him, many names. He was cool.
Yeah, and I noticed they brought a new one out. Now we've all gone out and bought the set.
See, which is the one that you've got? Because you've got it in two halves, haven't you? Wasn't it the Gamora set that you've got in two halves? So half of it, the old one and the new one, and it sort of matches together.
Yeah. The Arrow release, I think it is.
Is it?
Sorry, I'm stroking my pussy.
My dog's wandered off. My dog there is not my wife. She's got
Careful, Rob.
I know.
Oh, got a little pussy cat.
Oh,
don't use
that. We've got a lot of cats in the Marvels, haven't we? And what was the cat called?
Goose.
Is there like an army of gooses in the trailer?
It's the only reason I want to see it, for cats. Not interested in anything else. Be the best thing in it.
Yeah.
See, people have seen Guardians. Did you feel Guardians as Paul Marvel back again? Considering it's had some weaker films.
I think the problem with Guardians 3 is that it's very disjointed. It was Star-Lord's story and Rocket's story, and it is just very, very disjointed for me. And the pacing.
June Hall's Warlock in it. Adam Warlock, because he was in a post-credit scene.
Yeah. Well, that's it. The way that they did him, he was just like a a kid that's just failed an IQ test.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It
it?
was no word right. It was almost like Nuclear Man in Superman 4.
Yeah.
On the same level.
Yeah. It's just so.
Okay,
So
thanks for letting us know.
you got all like the emotional stuff out the way with Rocket, you know, and then you pick up a little bit of pace, and then it dropped the pace to get Star-Lord's emotional breakdown in there, and then it picked up a bit, and it dropped again. The bad guy's not worth jack anyway.
I thought he was better than Kang. I thought he acted better.
They've ruined Kang, in my opinion, because how is he supposed to be the big bad of the Marvel universe, and he's had his ass kicked every time he's been on screen?
You know, they put a review up for the first episode of Loki in it, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it 23%.
You know, they built him up to be the big bad. And don't forget, in the comics, it's only really Ultron that can defeat Kang the Conqueror. So, in this one, everyone's had a go at him. And every time he gets beat, it's like, wait until you meet the next one. He's worse.
Yeah.
You know?
That sounds very wrong there. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about these noises.
Sounds like he's having a vinegar stroke up there.
No, I'm getting some paracetamol. I've got an headache.
Oh, not you. That's what my wife always says.
No, it's after that. After doing all that, I mean, I've not stopped since about 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, it's the first time you've done anything in about 3 weeks, though, Steve. So
I'll have to go in a minute.
Shouldn't you be past the Bobies by now?
Yes, I was just about to say. I was just looked at the time then, and I'm half an hour past my bedtime.
So you're both welcome to come on our stream next week. We'll have it if you're free.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
cheers,
stuff. Thank you very much. So, just to bring the show to a close, then you said that you've got your live stream next week. Is it an open mic or is it a themed show? Or
we've got stuff to talk about. You know, there's a lot that's happened with. We're going to bring some games into it as well. There's a lot, as in video games. There's a lot of stuff that with movies we want to talk about. So, a general chit chat about what's happened in the last, probably since the last stream.
No worries. Okay. So, if you haven't already, guys, please go over and subscribe to Robert Fett over there, so you won't miss any of the Bounty Duos live streams. Rob's got some great content over there as well in the toys collections and the unopenings, the unboxings.
And Lee's done less videos than me.
Every now and then he picks up and jumps on there as well. So, Lee, I know you don't do much content, but you do more content than Little Steve. Have you got anything?
I knew that's why I tried to stop that before it happened.
But he knew where you was going, so.
I knew where he was going with that one, Lee. Sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate. Stole his thunder.
Little Steve is useless.
I'm working on it.
Oh.
I'm working on it. I've been busy.
I've just realised what my name is. I didn't change it since the last stream.
Terrible.
All right, ladies and
gentlemen.
Thank you for joining us for another week on Movie Chats. Don't forget to like the video. That just tells YouTube to push our content out to other people. And if you haven't already, then please hit the subscribe button. We will see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.